Good evening, doctors. I, Dr. Shveena Bansal, going to present my oral paper in Vatican 2020. Topic for my oral paper is aphasia in young female. My co-author is Dr. Selena, Associate Professor. She is the head of Department of Neurology in Guru Gobind Singh Hospital, Faridkot. Case report. A 23-year-old right-handed female presented to outpatient department of neurology with two complaints. First is not able to speak since 1 month and involuntary movements of right side of body since 1 month. History of presenting illness. Involuntary movements were associated with uprolling of eyeballs, frothy discharge from mouth, facial division to left side, no loss of consciousness. She was not even able to speak even one word since 1 month, but she was understanding and following verbal commands. Negative history. She gave no history of fever, altered sensorium, weight loss, head injury, pain in neck, discharge of pus from ear, any growth in oral cavity, pock eating and unbrushed vegetables, vomiting, regurgitation of food, difficulty in swallowing, no family history for similar complaints, no history of any addiction, no history of birth injury, anoxic injury, no history of diabetes, hypertension, TB, bronchitis, hyper. General physical exam. Patient is calm, conscious, and well-oriented to time-place person, but she is not able to speak. Vitals of patients were within normal limits. Pallor icterus, clubbing, lymphadenopathy, edema absent. Systemic examination. On CNS examination, everything was normal except speech. Speech was not fluent, and not naming and repetition is not intact, and comprehension, reading, and writing was intact. Differential diagnosis. On the basis of our prevalence of tuberculosis in India and in our areas, we suspect that the possibility of tuberculosis with vasculitic infarct, because most of the cases, serious tuberculosis presented in the form of seizures, and sometimes vasculitic infarcts can also result in aphasia. Another possibility of neurocysticercosis we kept in view of prevalence of neurocysticercosis. It's also present, most common presentation is seizures. Multiple sclerosis we kept in view of age, and space of Parkinson lesions we kept in view of the presentation aphasia and seizures. All investigations done to rule out all the possibilities. These all were within normal limits. So MRI brain with contrast was done. MRI brain with contrast and MRI spectroscopy show a circumscribed non-enhancing as well, involving the white matter of left frontal lobe, suggestive of low-grade astrocytoma. MRI reveals high choline peaks. This is the MRI scan showing low-grade astrocytoma in left frontal lobe. Patient was treated conservatively with anti-lipotics, levetiracetam and globazam, and steroids, dexamethasone 4 mg half bead. MRI brain imaging showing tumor. MRI brain after 1 month. See, the tumor here earlier was this size. After treatment of 1 month, the tumor size reduced to this one, this line, only this. On a follow-up, patient was able to speak with little slurring in between and did not report any episode of seizure. On follow-up, MRI size of tumor was also reduced. Neurosurgery consultation was taken, and patient advised to continue same treatment and follow up with MRI scan after every 3 months to see the size of the tumor. Discussion. Glioma is a type of brain tumor that grows from glial cells. Glial cells support nerve cells with energy and nutrients and help maintain the blood-brain barrier function. Types of glioma: astrocytoma, oligodendroglioma, ependymoma, glioblastoma, mixed tumors. Grading of glioma: Grade 1. They are based mainly on cell activity and aggressiveness. Grade 1, pilocytic astrocytoma. Grade 2, low-grade glioma, which includes astrocytoma, oligodendroglioma, and mixed oligoastrocytoma. Grade 3, malignant glioma. Grade 4, glioblastoma multiforme. Low-grade astrocytomas are relatively uncommon tumors when compared to counterparts. Low-grade astrocytomas are primary tumors of the brain. The whole WHO scheme was based on the appearance of these characteristics: only atypia, mitosis, endothelial proliferation, necrosis. Tumor without any of these features are described as grade 1, and with cytological atypia alone, grade as grade 2. Both grade 1 and 2 are considered as low grade of astrocytomas. Of all the glioma subtypes, diffuse astrocytomas 9.1% and pilocytic astrocytomas 5.1%. Most of common presentation is seizures in 80% of the patients. Mainly it is diagnosed with and without contrast, and one of the most important sequences T2 flare, which is important for tumor recurrence, follow-up and diagnosis. Aside from initial measures, most of the gliomas are treated with surgery. So conclusion. This case is a very rare presentation of low-grade astrocytomas in view of age. Most commonly, low-grade astrocytomas occurs in the age of 30 to 40 years. The age of her presentation was 24-year-old. Clinical features. Most of the gliomas presented with seizures with other neurological deficit. In this case, she presented with aphasia and seizures. Aphasia is not a very common presentation of glioma and regression of tumor. In this case, most of the astrocytoma tumors require surgery. But in this case, after giving steroids on follow-up, the size of the tumor was reduced and patient had drastic improvement clinically. He's from aphasia to almost normal speech. So, never miss a low-grade astrocytoma tumor in a patient presenting with aphasia. Thank you, doctors. These are my references, and thank you, everyone.